I'd like to say a few words about one particular initiative that we're working on, and it's very much a Big Ten initiative. It involves many law firms in town. By my last count, we had 18 law firms involved. In-house corporate counsel, the Metro Chamber, Jorge and Hans have been great. Local law schools, Emory, Georgia State, UGA, and that is to promote Atlanta as a center for international arbitration. International arbitration, as many of you know, is big business. Most people, when you're doing a contract of any size with a company abroad, you don't want to litigate in the other country's courts. You want to have an arbitration agreement for a couple of reasons. One is to avoid home cooking. You think you're not going to get a fair shake. But if you can pick the arbitrators, you hope that you can get a fair shot at a fair hearing. Also, the United States has no treaties with any country, not even our closest allies, for the enforcement of court judgments. There is a treaty, an international treaty, the New York Convention, that over 140 countries have signed that provides for the enforcement of international arbitration awards. So this is something that is growing exponentially. And historically, traditionally, the big centers for international arbitration are cities like London, New York, Hong Kong, Geneva. But in recent years, as the phenomenon has really grown and expanded, there are other cities that are becoming very active. Hong Kong, I mentioned Singapore, Dubai, here in the United States. Very big business in Miami. I've got a case in Miami involving the Dominican Republic. Case has nothing to do with Miami, but that's where it's being done. Houston, very big business. And there's no reason at all that we shouldn't be doing more of it here. There's a lot of it already happening almost by accident. A lot of Atlanta lawyers, there are dozens of them, working on international arbitration cases all over the world. And the idea is to bring more of it home. We've got a lot of advantages to make this an international arbitration center. Sam mentioned earlier the notion of basically following on Delta's wings. We've got the busiest airport in the world. And as the Metro Chamber is fond of telling you, we're within a 2-hour flight of 80% of the U.S. population. And that's no other country, another city can say they've got the busiest airport in the world in terms of ease of access. And that's huge. I had one case here that was between a Pittsburgh company and a Greek company. The only reason that the case was heard here at all was the fact that it was Hartsfield and Delta. That's a big selling point. We've got great legal infrastructure. We're in the 11th Federal Circuit, which is the most pro-arbitration circuit in the United States. That's something that companies really look at. They don't want local courts interfering in the arbitration. We've got that. We've got through some great foresight many years ago, back in 1988, we have a very pro-international arbitration statute. We've got a bar rule where surprises a lot of people, which is, I think, currently the most liberal in the United States. There are 6 other states that have this, that allows even foreign lawyers, not just American lawyers from other states, but foreign lawyers to participate in international arbitrations here and represent their clients, and that's a big plus. And I could go on and on. We've got a 20-page SWOT analysis that gets into the advantages. But the point being that we're working on this. We're working on a few more tweaks to the Georgia International Code, making it even more liberal in terms of foreign lawyers participating in arbitrations here, and just getting the word out, getting this open for business sign through basically website, conference, a signature conference, promotional materials. But one of the things we need to do, first and foremost, is get our own backyard, the companies here, to get used to promoting Atlanta. When you enter into a contract with a company from another state or country trying to promote an Atlanta forum, and we will give our group, working with the Metro Chamber, and again, most of the major law firms in town, to basically give the ammunition and the support as to why this is the best venue. And it's something that rises all boats. So I hope you'll consider that. If you have other questions or if you'd like to get involved in this initiative, I think that it's a very good thing for the city of Atlanta.